Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, January 17th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I apply passion to my purpose. And when I say purpose in this regard, it's like I apply passion to this present moment. I put my passion, I put my soul into embracing this present moment. But beyond that energy mantra, which can bring us into this present, today is all about the mind. And as I was laying here, taking a nap before recording, I had so many downloads, and the download was around good or bad. I don't know. It was all around the mind, and I'm going to bring it back to me, but hopefully help you in this process. Moon is in Gemini, so we're focusing on this mental energy. We've got some things that we're working into. What I want to talk about is like when I do a scope or when I do a reading, I can never give you all good news. It's never all going to be sunshine and roses, because there are challenges and contrasts, and it's meant to be. And it's all not going to be doomsday and, oh, life is so hard, because in every challenge or contrast or, thing that happens, there is a light. There is something calling us forth from that place. And I think that, calls to mind the Gemini energy. It's two sides of the coin, good or bad, I don't know. I think what we need to realize is, some people do come from the optimistic placement. Some people do come from the pessimistic place. You can come from here or there, but we always have a choice with what we're going to do with it and what we're going to do with our personal vibration. And that's where I think we're all being called to, like, okay, this is what's happening. This is how my mind interprets what is happening. And yet, this is the vibration that I'm going to choose to reach for with this. And it's not like avoiding anything, it's fully embracing it, but it's realizing there's always a vibrational point to reach for. And so, thus, I bring you into the philosopher life, the philosophy energetics that are going on right now with the moon in Gemini, interacting with some of the Sagittarius energies, interacting with some of the Piscean energies, bringing us into a little bit of a mutable cross energy, which can be like changeable and kind of a crossroads period. We're building into this eclipse. So with the eclipse, things come tumbling down. Things start moving into position. Like the universe does some major chess moves with eclipse energies. It gives us major downloads. But as we build into it, we can feel this. We can feel this interplay coming in. Good or bad, I don't know. I always believe in the good of the universe. I always do choose ultimately to reach for the better feeling vibration. That's where I'm at. That's where I encourage you to be with this. The mind creates or destroys, and that's something that we want to remember as we're coming into this next little connection. Creation and destruction are right at the tips of our fingertips right now on so many levels. We have on Friday 2 major connections happening. The first thing that we have coming in together is Venus and Mars coming together in a trine in fire signs. So we have Venus in Sagittarius bringing out the philosopher, and we have Mars in Aries bringing out our passion, also possibly bringing up aggression. This is highlighted and enhanced by the building full moon. So our fire is extra fiery. Now this can usually be, like I said, a very passionate connection, but if our frustrations are also building, and depending on which way we're going with our mind, this passion can boil over into some kind of volcanic lava situation. Check your vibes. Check your inner philosopher to help you as we build into this. The other thing that's happening in tandem with this is Mercury in Capricorn, is about to meet up with Pluto. Our mind creates or destroys. Mercury, the mental energy, connecting to Pluto, the planet of transformation and or empowerment. Pluto energy, the lightest light, the darkest dark. So with these energies, you really have an opportunity to choose where you're going to go. Our mind and our consciousness are such a part of this. Who's walking the dog? who is walking the monkeys? Is your consciousness coming into play? Are you bringing your philosopher forward? Are you aware that these changes that are happening, whether challenging and contrasting or seemingly uplifting and good, that they are leading to something for you? And are you leading with your vibrational energy into where you want to go? I think this is important to remember in and through these energies. And remember, this is building for Friday, so we haven't even gotten into today's aspects so much, but just be aware of the building. Now, to bring another level into it, the moon today in Gemini is connecting to both Venus and Mars. So Venus is at 10 degrees, so there's worth stuff coming up with Venus, worth stuff coming up with our inner yin, around our talents, around our gifts, and maybe even around our philosopher. Like, I think I see a lot of shaming going on for people who choose the positive. And like, again, I said, good or bad, I don't know. I'm not the judge and jury of all of that. All I know is we all have our own path to reaching for something feeling better. We all have our ways of feeling better. And sometimes we have to sit in the muck, and sometimes we have to rise up from the muck. Your path through this is worthwhile. Your path has merit. Your path has lessons. So wherever you are, whether you're in the muck or you're rising above the muck, don't be down on yourself or shaming yourself for where you are. Know the worth of where you are, and then through your inner philosopher, see how you can shift into a true soul vibrational place. Moon in Gemini connecting to Mars in Aries, 11 degrees, that master level degree. Are you aiming at something with your passion, or are you aiming at it with your frustration? I love that I have this card today, the receptivity card. Aiming at things with our passion does create receptive environment. When we aim with frustration, this never works, it doesn't work out for me, the universe doesn't like me. I've caught myself saying that at times. that tends to lower your vibration, lower where you are at. So be vigilant to the action pathway your mental energy is creating. Then we have the moon connecting to Neptune. This is where that T-square comes in, and it's like Neptune adds this whole other element. Again, good or bad, I don't know. It brings in that space of receptivity. The universe has plans. Your higher self, your guides are working with you. Are you listening? That's the question that I get in all this. You have your agenda, you have your plans, you're like, here's where I'm going, but are you listening to this other place? Listening to this other place is going to pull you through any of the, tight corridors, tough situations that are coming up in and through this eclipse place. So be willing to listen, be willing to sit, meditate, tune in. The final aspect of the day is the moon in Gemini opposite Jupiter. Again, bring in the inner philosopher, but also be willing to be the student to your inner philosopher, to your higher self, to your guides, to the universe and what it's presenting to you. What is the lesson? Where can you provide your fire? Where can you provide your passion in this? Where are you being asked to show up in balance with all of this? And remember, as Mercury builds into this connection with Pluto, light or dark, creation or destruction. And I'm not saying destruction is bad, because sometimes destruction is part of the creative process. Sometimes things need to be undone to be built, and that's not a negative thing. I'm not saying that's negative, but choose where you are putting your energy. Be conscious with it. Be receptive to your soul self, your higher self, and be very aware of your monkey sanctuary going on. I have the silence card. Again, this goes very well with this. Taking some time to listen in to your higher self. Taking time to notice what are the vibrational energies that you're surrounding yourself with at this time, because they will feed in to the direction your fire moves in and through this process. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. That was longer than I thought it was going to be. You can always book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. Besides that, you have the power. And a lot of the power is in your consciousness. The better gets, the better gets. That is always true. Things are getting better, even sometimes when it seems like they are falling apart. And there is more than enough love in the world for you. Namaste.